Hey, what's up, you guys? I am the Mighty MC, and for today's show and tell, we are going to talk about the Civivi Bulltusk. I've been really excited about this one since it first showed up on some of the pages, some of the promotional material. It reminds me very much of the Kunwu Padre, and I'm not accusing them of cloning or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you haven't seen the Padre, it's a very, very hot knife on Facebook and Instagram right now, which the Padre kind of reminded me of the CRK Evo. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. It's just natural evolution of knives. So, anyway, let's check out the Civivi Bulltusk. This particular model is purple micarta. Another thing that attracted me to it. It's probably a medium grip. I really like micarta and I love different colors. So this one spoke to me. They have 4 different models. They have a green micarta. I think they have an all black with a black blade and a black handle G10. And then they have an Ultim handle and Damascus. That one's more expensive. So this was $76.50, and I think I got like $7 off for the pre-order. Okay, so let's check him out. These are both T8 screws. That's really nice. All of them are T8 except the pocket clip, of course. Pocket clip's reversible. I would have liked a filler right there, but it's not the end of the world. No big deal. 14C28N on the blade. Pocket clip is reversible. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It is really deep carry though. No mushroom screws. Nice and flush. So it's a budget pocket clip, but it's a well done one. It's better than most. So we can say that for him. Couple little standoffs right here. Probably for a lanyard. The liners are just a little proud. I can feel them, but they don't create a hot spot or anything like that for me. And look how thin it is. I went through this with the Sin-Cut Fantera too. It's a bigger knife, but they did a really nice job with these thin handles. So let's show the blade. Here you go. Oh, there he is. And this is what caught my attention. Such a nice blade. I like the swedge back here. That's nice. This is really well done. This isn't sharp. I've had some knives where the flick hole doesn't have nice chamfered edges, nice finished edges, and they get a little sharp. That's not fun. This one, it's Civivi though. We know who Civivi is, right? You're usually going to get a really good knife with budget materials. And that's what we have here. Now the only billboarding I found on the whole blade was right there, if you can see it. 14C28N. Other than that, and I like that, and that blends in really well. I don't like billboarding on my blades. Some of them drive me nuts. So, flipper tab works better for me as a light switch than a push button, but it works really well. Now, I personally would never use the flipper tab. I like this reverse flick, no wrist, and it does really well. The thumb does fine also, but that's a slow roll. I got it too low. I don't like the thumb as well. I really like the reverse flick, especially when you can do it with no wrist, and it just fires right open. The jimping is right where my thumb wants to sit, and that's nice. This misses a lot for me on knives, because a lot of times my thumb wants to sit higher, and I don't know how, because I have a wide hand from here to here, but I have short fingers, but a lot of times my thumb wants to sit past the jimping. And I think that's just something, I think a lot of times jimping is more for show than it is actual usefulness. Or maybe for, striking camping fire and stuff. But anyway, they also did a nice job, if we can see in there. I don't know if I'll be able to show you real well. That weight reduction on that liner is good. They did a lot. And that makes a big difference to me because on a big knife like this, it's not a huge knife, but a bigger knife, weight to me is more important than physical area taken up. I'm okay with the length much more than I'd be okay if this thing weighed 7 ounces. And I will do a weight here in a little bit. So, like I said, you put a lanyard there if you want. I wouldn't on this big a knife. But if it's a style thing, access to the liner lock is okay. It could be just a hair better. But you do have to get your finger out of the way, okay? That blade just falls. The weight of the blade just lets that thing drop. So make sure your finger's clear because it's going to fall shut. It's not fast, but it's definitely, it's not a guillotine, but it'll get you. Now, let's do a couple. I want to show you that other one I was talking about, the Sencut Fantera. So this is Sencut. If you don't know Sencut, it is which I don't have one right now, Civivi, Sencut, one company, kind of 3 different price models. You know, Wii's usually over $100. Sencut Civivi covers the 50 to 100 range. Sencut covers the under 50. But another one, they did a really, they have the 2 little back spacers here, or standoffs, I'm sorry, I keep saying back spacers. Look how thin it is. And that really helps me, but look how big it is too. This thing's a beast, man. If you like big knives, go check out the Sencut Fantera. So, but they did the same thing here. They kept it nice and thin, which for a knife this size, I think makes it feel smaller and more manageable, which is going to appeal, I believe, to a bigger group of people who will want that for an EDC. Now, size comparisons. This is a great EDC. This is the QSP Penguin. If you don't have a Penguin, get a damn Penguin. These are like $30 in D2 and micarta, or D2 and G10. You can get shredded carbon fiber. You can get 14C28N. You can get titanium and 154CM. You can get big ones. You can get small ones. You can get a liner lock, button lock. You can get a slip joint. Get a damn Penguin. Next up, this is the Spyderco Native 5 Salt. I'm not a Spyderco guy much, but I think this is the perfect EDC size for me. So you can see this is both a taller knife and a longer knife and a bigger knife. So this is what I would consider my ideal EDC size. And this is our Civivi Bulltusk. Now a little bit more accurate comparison would be the Ontario Rat Model 1. This is one of the bigger knives I own. I don't carry this one much because of the weight and the thickness. I'm going to show you the thickness in a minute. But as you can see, this is a much wider knife, taller knife, I think most people call this. But the Rat is definitely longer. I don't know, 3/8 of an inch maybe, something like that. Something like that. I'm going to weigh both these two. I just want to see the difference. I'm curious now. I wonder how much thicker. Should have brought a mic up for this. Yeah, I don't know how well you'll be able to see or how still I can hold. But the Rat is definitely a thicker knife, and it feels like it. It's a chunkier knife. It's a thicker feeling knife. Really comfortable hold. Like I said, the jimping, that's great. I like that. Let's get some weights. Let's do that. All right. I'll do a real quick sharpness test, and I'll get you guys out of here. All right, here we go. This is the Civivi Bulltusk, of course. What's going on here? 4.2? That's pretty good. That's not too bad for its size, honestly. Let's do the Rat. 4.9. So there's a significant weight difference, and like I said, the Rat is definitely a chunkier knife between the two, just to give you an idea. But I really think if you like the look of this, you'll love it. And for the price, I'm impressed. You know, 14C in micarta has gone crazy, and I see prices that I have a hard time understanding the $90, $100 knives for 14C in micarta when something this big, this is a lot of blade, and it's a lot of different angles. You know, this isn't like a real simple blade. Might not be super difficult, but it's definitely not just a plain Jane. This is nice micarta. He said they've done a lot of things right, and Civivi always does. Like I said, the pocket clip is the one thing I might question, but for what you get here, I just think it's too good. I can't believe that they can give you this good of a knife for under $70, while other companies, you know, don't. Get some cardboard to cut here. This will work. Tear something up over here. Alright, so I know this won't do a lot to show like extreme sharpness or edge retention. I just want to see what we have out of the box. Not bad. This is pretty stout stuff too, though. Nice clean cut. Yeah, it's good enough. There we go. So I think it's fine. Like I said, it might not be the best, the sharpest knife I've ever had, but I think it's plenty good out of the box. It'll do just fine. And you can always touch that up yourself if you want. I don't get my knife super, super sharp because I don't like a chippy edge, but I do like a sharp knife. So, tell me what you guys think about the Civivi Bulltusk. Like I said, and check out the Kunwu Padre. Let me know how close you think they are. I think they're pretty close. Like I said, I don't think it's a clone. But boy, it's such a wicked looking blade. I like it. I like interesting blades a lot. And, especially if they're not gimmicky. And this one's not gimmicky. This is useful. I can get my hand up in there. Nice choil, too. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, I can get my hand up in there so I can push cut this thing. I got a tip to work with. Got plenty of blade. I'm going to get a few sharpenings out of that. The handle has that nice curved aesthetic I love. This is a good one, man. I think Civivi, and they usually do. I don't have a bad Civivi knife. So I think mostly with Civivi, if you're okay with the materials and you like the look, you're going to like the knife. And that's the way I feel with a lot of these companies. A lot of this is just preference on the way it looks. But occasionally you get something weird. There's nothing weird here. There's nothing to complain about. It's Civivi. You and I know who Civivi is. We basically know what we're going to get. Like I said, usually going to get a well-made knife, good quality, budget materials. And that's what we have here. But it is such a good-looking knife. I think anybody who gets this one is going to be happy with it, as long as you know what you're getting. Be an educated consumer, right? That's what we do. I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know how you feel about this one. I'll put links in the description to where to get it. The Civivi Bulltusk. I am the Mighty MC. Have a good day. Keep your tools clean and dry, guys.